For some reaction to the mayor's announcement today, we're joined by Nicholas Gilman. He's the executive director of Montreal's SPCA. Thank you so much for joining us today. First off, let's get your reaction to Denis Coderre's announcement today.
Well, the Montreal SPCA feels very strongly about the issue of aggressive dogs. And by all means, let's get very, very serious about reducing the number of dog bites in our community. But we feel the way to do that is by instituting effective dangerous dog ordinances, and not by simply creating a breed-specific legislation that focuses on how dogs look. We don't care how they look. What we care deeply about is how they behave. Breed-specific legislation has not worked in the places where it's been instituted, and in fact, there are many places who feel very badly about having started them at all and have made it illegal to start breed-specific legislation because it just has shown that it doesn't work.
So what type of regulations are you saying should be in place instead of just an overall ban of these dogs?
Well, I think we have to look at why dogs become aggressive in the first place, and for the most part, it's because of how they're raised and how they're treated. Dogs that are on chain or are on tether and left in the backyard without socialization are the real dogs that are a risk to our community. And those dogs can be Labradors or Airedales, German Shepherds. Any large breed dog that is not well socialized with a family is a risk.
But the argument is that these type of dogs, pit bulls, have been known and have had a lot of different instances where they've either killed people or really harmed them. Is it not in this breed that it has this aggressive behavior?
It is not. What it is that many people who want a dog as a machismo symbol have acquired these dogs, and they want the dog to further their image as an impressive or as a aggressive person. The person who owned the dog that killed the woman last week had a criminal background and had anger issues himself. So these are dogs that are often chosen by people who have some criminal background, but 99% of the people who have pit bulls are family-oriented people who want a companion dog. That's all. So 99% of the pit bulls that we see out there are friendly, socially engaged, good with other animals. But yes, there are dangerous pit bulls out there, as there are dangerous Airedales, German Shepherds, Rottweilers, and Dobermans. And where there is a dangerous dog, by all means, let's address that very seriously. But let's not start by how the dog looks.
Okay, so what type of restrictions would you agree to put in place then?
We would suggest that in recognition that 95% of the dogs that bite people are unsterilized males, that these animals should simply be sterilized. We sterilize 100% of the animals that come from the Montreal SPCA, and we are absolutely encouraging our donors and our supporters to make sure that their dogs are sterilized as well, for their own behavior as well as health. Number two, never, ever leave a dog unattended in a backyard for any length of time. It's a danger to the dog, and it causes that dog to lose its sociability. Chaining, tethering a dog for lengths of time more than a few minutes begins to break down the human-animal bond. Never chain an animal. Number three, keep your animal socialized. Take it to a behaviorist if necessary, but dog behavior is something we should take very seriously. When we hear about these instances where people say it was news to them that their dog had aggressive tendencies, other people in the community said, no, actually it wasn't. That dog had been displaying aggressive tendencies long before then, and the owners refused to see it. So there is much that the owners need to do about dog behavior, and much less we need to do about what an animal looks like.
So you were mentioning before a lot of the fault lies with the owners, that sometimes they buy them because they want to have an aggressive dog. What about, some type of restriction on the type of owner that has these dogs?
It is tough. I mean, the Montreal SPCA, 7 days a week makes adoptions to people, and all of them go through a screening process. And really what we recognize is most people are good people. The people who come to us and they say they want an aggressive dog, or they want a dog that is going to scare away the burglars or something of that sort, those people leave our property without a dog. We don't feel it's appropriate for dogs to be a protection service for humans. So, on the other hand, 99% of the people come to us wanting a dog that's safe with their family, safe with their visitors, safe with guests. And what they are looking for and can receive from an SPCA is a dog that, as long as they treat it well, is going to be well behaved.
Okay, I want to thank you very much for your time today, Nicholas Gilman, the Executive Director of Montreal's SPCA.